At 40, 50, even 60, many people say, "I feel fine." I said the same thing. There were no dramatic warning signs, no emergency, no collapse. And yet, during a routine investigation, I discovered severe blockage in my carotid arteries. That discovery forced me to confront something uncomfortable. Heart disease rarely begins in the heart. It begins silently, inside the blood vessels, years before symptoms appear. You can feel normal, you can look healthy, and still have arteries under quiet stress. As a chemist, I needed to understand the mechanism. What actually protects the heart after 40? What keeps blood vessels flexible, responsive, and resilient? What I discovered can be summarized into 3 pillars. Not hype, not miracle cures, but biological foundations. And the last pillar is the one most people neglect. Let us begin where the real story starts. Inside the artery. Inside a healthy artery, the inner lining, called the endothelium, is highly active. It senses blood flow. It regulates pressure. It releases signaling molecules that determine whether a vessel relaxes or constricts. One of the most important of these molecules is nitric oxide. Nitric oxide signals the smooth muscle surrounding the artery to relax. When relaxation occurs, the vessel widens slightly. Blood flows efficiently. Oxygen delivery improves. Mechanical stress is better distributed. This is vascular flexibility at the molecular level. But with aging, chronic stress, inflammation, and inactivity, nitric oxide production often declines. The endothelium becomes less responsive. Arteries gradually lose flexibility. When flexibility decreases, blood flow patterns change. Areas of turbulence increase. Over time, plaque becomes more likely to accumulate where the vessel wall is already stressed. This process is gradual, silent, progressive. Beetroot contains natural dietary nitrates. Inside the body, these nitrates are converted through a biological pathway into nitric oxide. This nitrite-nitric oxide pathway supports vascular signaling, particularly when natural production begins to decline. Beetroot does not replace medical care, but it supports one of the most fundamental mechanisms of vascular health, the ability of blood vessels to relax and respond properly. When nitric oxide signaling improves, circulation becomes more efficient. Vascular stress can be reduced. But circulation alone is not protection. Inside the bloodstream, another process unfolds continuously: oxidative stress. Free radicals, generated from metabolism, environmental exposure, poor diet, and inflammation, interact with the endothelial lining. When oxidative stress exceeds the body's defenses, the vessel lining can become compromised. Excess oxidative stress can reduce nitric oxide availability. It can promote inflammation. It can accelerate vascular aging. So even if nitric oxide production is supported, excessive oxidative stress can interfere with its function. This is where antioxidant support becomes relevant. Pomegranate contains powerful polyphenols that help neutralize reactive oxygen species. By reducing oxidative burden, the endothelial lining maintains better structural and functional integrity. In simpler terms, antioxidant protection helps preserve the environment in which vascular signaling operates. So now we have 2 pillars: support nitric oxide production, reduce oxidative stress that disrupts that signaling.
You can drink beetroot juice, you can add pomegranate to your diet. But if you remain sedentary, you are working against your own biology. Movement is not optional after 40. When you move, when blood flow increases, the endothelium is mechanically stimulated. That stimulation activates natural nitric oxide production. It strengthens vascular responsiveness. It reinforces the very pathways nutrition is trying to support. Movement is the trigger. You cannot supplement your way out of inactivity. You cannot outsource responsibility for your heart. After 40, protection becomes deliberate. Support nitric oxide. Control oxidative stress. Activate your vascular system through movement. That is how you shift your vascular environment from gradual decline toward resilience. Because feeling fine is not the same as being protected.